Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Quotables. We are on the last movie of our 5 Quotables of Christmas hashtag. It is trending like crazy. Before we get started, I want to introduce my partner, Ernie.
Hello, and I would like to introduce you, Lex.
Thank you for that, Ernie. How
Of
are you
course.
doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Excited to bring in the new year.
Definitely.
We're gonna end it on a I don't want to say high note because this movie. I mean, we'll talk more into it. I mean, it's still a good movie, but
Mm-hmm.
it is Home Alone 2: Lost in New York.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I'll admit, I haven't seen this one in a while.
Okay.
Um,
So it's not one of your reoccurring Christmas movies,
it
is
isn't. Is it
Okay.
going to be a rewind? We'll see by the end. I don't know.
Wow. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. But yeah, dude. I mean, it felt slightly longer than. I mean, it was like 15 minutes longer, but
Yeah,
for some
I
reason,
remember you
like
telling.
we talked a little bit before, it dragged a little more.
It did, yeah. And
Right?
it
Not in like a bad way, but like
no, but it did feel longer for some reason, and not just because of the running time, but it did feel like longer, like overall of just the movie, and for it to get to where it needed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with that.
Cool. Got any plans for New Year's?
Oh no, dude! I'm bringing in the New Year's, freaking going to sleep.
Quarantine?
Quarantining, yeah. I don't think any of us are doing anything crazy. I mean, I'm going to spend time with my wife,
Yeah.
but I mean, obviously, we're not doing anything like extravagant.
This is awkward. I thought I was coming over.
That's who my wife is.
Cool.
But yeah, what about you, man?
Yeah, fucker.
I don't know. You just are really
I'm just gonna gather with a couple of friends and just
Okay.
just kind of just chill. Not
That's
nothing
nice.
too wild. I mean, like you said, we can't really do much right now with this everything going on.
Definitely.
But hopefully next year it'll be more what they say lit. Yes,
Litty
yes.
titty committee, as
Exactly. So let's get started, shall we?
they say. Shall
We have Home Alone 2, movie made in 1992, my birth year. Happy birthday to me.
Wow.
Ernie was born about 20 years prior. We got so.
You know, I didn't know you were 2 years younger than me. I thought you were like freaking 5 for some
dude.
reason.
Oh, really?
I'm 90. Yeah.
Dude. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We're 90s babies.
90s babies, no babies.
Muppets babies. All right. So the movie starts and we get another like sweet title card like we did last time. You know, another classic 90s little addition.
I love those things, dude.
So he's lost in New York, and I kind of wrote, so he's lost in New York, or is he home alone there? But he stays in a hotel, so shouldn't it be called Hotel Alone?
Oh,
in
I
New York?
see.
I don't know. You know what I mean? 'Cause
They're like, no, we need to keep it where it was.
I know, right? They should have just said Home Alone 2.
That's true.
New York. Just kidding, I don't
But
know.
I think they wanted you to be like, oh, you know, like in 80s movies, they always wrote down
That's
some
true.
random ass extra fact of something.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
true. That's true.
It's just like such a thing.
It makes it better. So we see the McAllister house yet again, going all crazy. Everyone's a little grown up. You know, they
Yeah.
grow up about 2 years, but they all look like really old.
Yeah, for some reason.
And Buzz, he looks like
he's in his
he looks
30s.
better.
Yeah.
He looks better. Like before, Buzz looked like he was an ugly little fucker. But I mean, still is.
Yeah, I think. Well, he grew into his face.
Yeah, his face, his teeth. And then one of the girls is talking about like needing like suntan lotion. I mean, I'm not gonna mention the names again because I don't know. There's so many of them.
It don't fucking matter.
And then Buzz says her, now you'll be a skag with a slightly darker shade of skin. He's always talking shit. Let me see Fuller drinking his little Pepsi again.
He's like, hey, easy on the fluids, pal. The rubber sheets are packed.
Good old Frank, dude. He's back with a vengeance. So we cut to Kevin watching the Ding Ding a Ling show, whatever the hell it was. And then we entered Kate, and she's like, "You packed yet?" He's like, "Yes." He already kind of sounds like he matured, right? His like voice.
I want to say something because
yes,
at this moment in time is when he has a little walkie-talkie.
I thought it was a recorder.
Well, it's a walkie-talkie and a recorder.
A Walkman?
A Walkman, yeah.
I don't know.
When I was a kid, I actually had that.
Oh, did you
Yeah,
really?
and then so he goes yes, and then he goes yes or whatever.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and
Is that
then,
what you did?
yeah, I did, but I did it in Spanish, obviously.
Oh, see.
See.
But he has that little sweet, it's a little new toy. I was gonna say, who gets that? But I guess yours.
Dude, I got that shit.
yeah.
It was fun, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I probably had one too. I don't remember. But it sounds like he learned how to pack. But his mom apparently laid it all out for him, taking some baby steps because, that's how it goes.
That's how it is.
So, Kate seems a little more lovable to Kevin, like in the first one. Because in the first one, when we first got the intro, she was just kind of like, this damn kid.
Yeah, I bet she's like at that point she has so many kids she doesn't want to worry about another little kid, but it's like kind of weird.
But for sure she feels bad, like what happened.
Of course,
it's the holidays again. So Kevin asks, why are we going to Florida? There are no Christmas trees in Florida. She's like, Kevin, what is it with you and Christmas trees? Maybe he likes to smoke that shit. So he's like, how can you have a Christmas without Christmas tree? And in a sense, he's kind of right. I feel like when my house is like decorated with like Christmas stuff, like if it doesn't have a Christmas tree, it doesn't look,
Christmassy,
because that smell of a Christmas tree, no matter if it's fake or real, but like, this ain't a tree. This is a tree.
But it's like it embodies Christmas,
exactly,
and I feel
like that smell.
definitely.
I mean, it gets messy, but
same. I know. I gotta throw my shit away.
Is it real? No, that's fake.
No, that's fake, dude. No, that's real. That's real. Sorry.
Is it really?
That is real. Yeah. It just looks fake because I got it off the got it off the Home Depot lot.
Smells good. Oh shit. I'll throw it on your roof and tie it down for it. So were you haggling?
yeah. Dude. Honestly, I always want to haggle, but like you can't haggle.
Not at Home Depot.
Not Home Depot.
So he sees that sweet Plaza Hotel commercial, and and then it's shown that he's like recording it. Like he's recording on purpose, right? Or like he accidentally recorded it?
No, he's recording it just to like have it, but it's weird because he records like obviously like the information to call it or whatever.
Yeah. Which I mean, he didn't know he was gonna go.
Yeah.
So the dad walks in and asks for more batteries. They're always asking for some batteries and converters and for space junk. So he unplugs the cord, and yet again the clocks get screwed up.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. So we get his name is Peter. Kevin, he's all, Kevin, you better put your tie on for your Christmas pageant. He's all, my tie's in the bathroom. I can't go in there because Uncle Frank's taking a shower. He says if I walked in there and saw him naked, I'd grow up never feeling like a real man. Whatever that means. And then
the dad goes.
They kind of smile like, what the hell? So I'm guessing he's referring to like him turning gay, right?
Yeah, probably.
That's what it is.
What I was thinking,
I'm assuming. But it's such a strange thing to say to a kid. Peter tells him to go grab it real quick, but don't look at anything. So Kevin walks towards the restroom, and Frank is singing, but like the door's open. Like you see, like it's cracked open, like everyone's running around. That's weird. Like, when I'm home alone, I don't even. Well, actually, that's wrong. That's a lie. I have the door open when I'm home alone, but
I know
that's because I have a bathroom in my room. So
yeah, I know, and like it's good. I'm glad that you leave it open. So I can walk in.
That's a good joy.
No, but dude, and then he's swinging that sweet. He's like, I'm the cool king of like it's like
he's like, well, this cat they're talking about. I wonder who it could be because
Yeah.
they know I'm the heaviest cat.
Yeah, but did see.
Well, yeah, what a sweet little song.
Sweet ass song.
But they should have been playing like a polka song.
Polka polka.
Kenosha Kickers.
Kenosha Kickers. Good job, kid.
So Kevin gets his tie without having to get some audio footage first, though. He chuckles, and somehow Frank like hears him like chuckle, like he barely chuckles. And he comes out, he pops out, he's like, get out of here, you nosy little pervert, I'm going to slap you silly. All naked.
It's so...
It's a little strange.
Dude, it's so weird. Fucking Uncle Frank hates that kid.
Yeah, dude, he really does. And then he goes back to singing his sweet song like nothing happened.
He's all, you're cooking.
You're good.
Cooking. No, you're cooking with brandy. That's what he says.
It's like a sweet song. So he cut to the school pageant that Kevin and Buzz are a part of. Kevin has a solo where Kate begins to inform everyone, but Frank, of course, is asleep. She's like, oh, Kevin's solo coming up. Kevin's solo coming. They keep going down the line, which is an occurrence in this movie. I feel. So Buzz, of course, ruins his solo by putting candles behind his head and starts to pretend to play drums. Everyone starts laughing hysterically. Kevin also has a pretty sweet little voice. He's
he does.
But then he pushes Buzz down, knocking the other kids down too, and of course, destroying everything like always. Kevin. And then also the tree decoration that falls on the piano. All intense.
The way she flips, dude. And then the guy that's the conductor or whatever, he like tries to catch her, but he misses her.
But it's weird, like that crowd was going crazy before he started doing the drum part. Like I get like he was, but like why were they laughing so hard when he just had the sticks behind his head?
Yeah,
he
it's
didn't even do
ridiculous,
the drums yet. It was just funny. But Frank loves it. He's like,
I know. Why doesn't the conductor say stop it? Stop it. He doesn't say anything to Buzz.
I mean, I don't know. I guess he doesn't really care. Maybe he hates Kevin too. So we cut back to the house where Buzz is having a chorus session. I like this little scene.
I like the scene too.
It's all intense. She's all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. He's like, my prank was immature and ill-timed. And then Frank's like, immature or not, it was pretty darn hilarious. So Buzz does his half-assed apology, where everyone falls for, and fam applauds him. Kevin's turn.
She's like, Buzz.
I know, but Buzz turns around and he goes, and he has that this ugly little face. He's like, beat that, you little trout sniffer. And Kevin's like, I'm not sorry, like, which he shouldn't be. Like, that's a pretty dick move. Like, that's his time to shine. And he's like, since he gets away with everything, I let him have it. And since you're all stupid to believe his lies, I don't care if your idiotic Florida trip gets wrecked or not. And then you see a little. They show like a little shot of Buzz on his chair, like gnawing his fist, all sweet.
You better not. And then fucking Frank, right? He comes in. He's like, you better not wreck. He's like, you better not wreck this little trip, you little sour puss. He's like, your dad's paying good money.
He's like, oh, I wouldn't want to spoil your fun, Mr. Cheapskate. Finally someone tells his ass.
And then it's funny because everyone gets shocked at that statement. He's just
like they didn't know. Oh, they were all thinking it for sure.
Yeah, they all think it.
Buddy and Peter's like, Kevin, you walk out of here, you sleep on the 3rd floor. And then fucking Fuller's like, with me. And takes us in. Funny thing, that's his younger brother.
Oh yeah,
in real life. Yeah. And I didn't know he was like the dude in like Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
I was like, I didn't realize that. The guy's fucking sweet. And then he leaves, and then fucking Buzz is like, what a troubled young man. All sophisticated up.
Yeah.
So he cuts to Kevin on the 3rd floor. He's like, they're all a bunch of jerks. Kate again sides with the family. Not so nice anymore. He's like, I'm not apologizing to Buzz. I'd rather kiss a toilet seat. That's disgusting.
Yeah. Always something with an ass.
I know. So Kevin again imagines life without his family, where Kate rebuttals with, you got your width last year. Maybe you'll get it again this year. Like, ooh.
I don't like that like she like challenges it so
I know,
much
right?
in both fucking movies.
I
like,
know.
Come on.
I know.
He's a dumbass
But,
little
she
kid.
feels maybe she'll learn by the 3rd time. So we cut to the night, and once again, some voodoo shit happens, and a newspaper is shown real quick. The wet bandits escaped during a prison riot. So I like how it shows them all notorious now, and they even got like their own headline. Like they're such a big deal. Like, oh, what did you got? Why are you guys the wet bandits? We left water on. Like all stupid. I couldn't imagine those fuckers in prison.
I know, fucking.
So we cut to the morning, and the airport express pulls up, not before knocking over that statue again. And again,
this time they break a part of the
they gotta
statue,
break it
right?
up.
Yeah,
that's like the last time. It was just a little reference. So the fam oversleeps. They're all, we did it again, and then they fucking both look at the camera. They're like super cheesy, right? They're just embracing.
And they
the
speed
fact,
it up, yeah.
Yeah, they're embracing the fact that like they're redoing everything pretty much.
Yeah.
So
this family always fucking is late.
They fucked up. Huh? You got 30 people in the house, and not one guy in the fucking notices, huh?
Yeah.
So they're running around again, all chaotically. And then fucking you hear Uncle Frank is like, I know I shouldn't complain about free trips, but geez, you guys give the worst gold earned wake up calls.
Yeah.
So maybe Kevin words finally got to him a little bit because he's acknowledging that he's getting the free trip, right? So the family's in the car. Kate counts tickets where she asks about Kevin, but he's in the front. Where's little Mitch? Family is.
Well, they're separated by family this time or something.
Yeah,
like
they're
that,
all
right?
like family
7
cars.
and 7.
He's like, I wouldn't want you guys to forget me this time. So family's running wild in the airport again, but Kevin needs batteries and is scrounging through his dad's bag while running behind him, but stops for a second to install the batteries. And like, was it really that important to do that? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It
wasn't, but like, come on, like they should have held that kid's hand at this time.
Exactly. And why is he behind everybody? So then we see a man with a similar coat to Peter's, and Kevin begins to chase him instead. Good thing that identical guy starts to run. Otherwise, it could have been an easy miss because that guy's also late, So the fam goes right, and the mystery man goes left. So Kevin follows the mystery man. McAllister fam gets to the gate, and Kate wants to count, but the gatekeepers assures that they'll all be on board, but like they know like her family. Sorry, that got confusing because I was like, the gate wants to go to the gate, and the gate. I got all confused.
No, yeah,
I felt like I saw Dr. Seuss.
He goes to the wrong. I know. They goes to the wrong gate.
They say they're gonna make sure everyone gets on board. Like they don't even know how many people are like in the family yet. They're, we'll make sure. Like obviously it's a busy time.
Yeah, but it's like because they're so late that this is what's happening.
Yeah.
Just a little heads up to anyone who has been in an airport. That shit will not fly.
Oh, hell no.
You have to get to the fucking airport like an hour or two before you even board.
Seriously. Just use the restroom.
Wow.
So Kevin follows the mystery man to the gate and runs into the gatekeeper where tickets get mixed up, of course. So they're all passed around, and Kevin's like, oh, my ticket's in your somewhere. He's like, but my family's on this plane. I can't leave. Like, it happened last year, and they let him in. Lucky boy.
He's all, get him on the flight. Make sure he locates his parents before you let him go or something.
Yep, and that's what he does. He goes in there, and they point it, and they're like, but like you said, that shit just wouldn't fly nowadays.
Oh, no, I don't think that shit never flew, honestly, but.
Get it? Fly,
oh,
flew.
Yeah.
Quotables. So Kevin sits down and doesn't seem to see any other family members, but he just shrugs it off. So the guy, he says to the guy next to him, he's like, have you ever been to Florida? And then he starts speaking French all crazy, all wild. And he's like, but does he not notice that Kevin does not understand what he's saying? I don't
even know, because at some point he's going on a rant, and then he says something that sounds very familiar. Sounds like he says, do you speak any French?
He says, listen, compétent.
Yeah, so that's why when I started, I was like, I think he just asked him if he spoke French, and then this fucker puts on his headphones and
Yeah,
he's like,
that's
it's
it.
Christmas.
And then right when he does that, the flight attendant says, "Nonstop to New York."
It's Christmas.
So Kevin lands and of course doesn't see his family. Not again. He's like, where are those guys?
He's like, Mom, Frank.
Buzz. He's really in trouble when he's asking for Buzz or for, Frank.
And when he asks for Frank, it always throws me out. I don't know why.
He's always his last thing he asks for, Frank. Yeah. So the McAllisters are at the airport and they start handing bags to each other. So Peter's like, oh, give this is to Kevin, or give this to Kevin. And they all start going down, give this to Kevin, give this to Kevin. And it gets down to Fuller. He's all, Kevin's not here. Oh, but do you notice Uncle Frank's outfit though? Like what he's wearing? He has like a Florida like kind of thing. He has like a guy golfing, like all sweet.
Yeah. It's like a freaking old man.
But he refuses to touch Kevin's bag too. He's all, I'm like, they really just hate each other.
Freaking Buzz does that too. He's like doing something.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And they pass him. Yeah.
But like, did they not notice Kevin when they got off the plane? Like, it's just a little strange, right? Did they all run towards their bags like again? I don't know.
I don't even know, dude. It's like, how did they miss it?
Exactly.
At some point, like, how did the siblings don't even know that?
And then again, too, like what we're talking about, that shit wouldn't fly. Like, nowadays it's like you have to have your seat. Like, otherwise, if there's an extra person, like, why are you in my seat? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They would have caught it. Anyway, let's not get into this is the 90s, people. So, of course, Kevin's not there to receive the bag. And then Fuller just goes, Kevin's not here. And everyone starts going back. Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here. And then when Kevin even says it to Peter, he's like, Kevin's not here. And he's like, what? She's like, God! And then she faints.
She faints. Man. And she falls hard, it sounds like.
She falls pretty fucking hard. So we cut back to Kevin realizing where he is. Being home alone was one thing, but a whole other state, I'd be tripping the fuck out. And also the mom, kind of just, she has no idea where he is at this point. You know what I mean? I'd be scared. So Kevin's like, yikes, I did it again. But he like whispers to himself like, I'll be fine. Because he's talking to I think he's talking with the lady at that point.
Yeah, he's talking to like an attendant. But she's not a flight attendant. She's like whatever gets tickets or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the hell. He's like, my family's in Florida. I'm in New York. And then he smiles again. Luckily, he got that bag full of money. Because otherwise, like, what the hell was he going to do, So we got Kevin enjoying the city. He even buys some fireworks. Might come in handy a little later. You know what I'm saying? And then he's even walking up to the World Trade Center. It's such a trip to see it, right? And then he even goes to the top of it. And it's like, why? But there's no other tourists there. And he's got some balls, I've got to say. Though.
Yeah. All the shit that he does. And then he goes to like a Chinese place or looks like it. And it's like you get some firecrackers.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. So he does like a lot of little things that are like, you're a kid. Like, how the hell are you doing all this stuff?
He's doing it. He's got the cash. But yeah, dude, it's a trip. So, did you want to say something about that?
Oh no, I mean, no. I mean, I was going to, but like obviously we know what happened in the World Trade Center.
Yeah. I think I read something where like they took it out of like after that happened. But I think they added it back in.
Yeah, I mean, it's respectful. Yeah, it's not. Respect. I mean, out of respect, keep it. You know what I mean? Well, at least I think it's not like getting rid of it and getting rid of the memory doesn't really help.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like people, obviously all that bad stuff happened. But like it's just crazy. I was telling you this before, but like I remember 9/11 when that happened, and I was a kid and I was in elementary, I want to say, and I was in class and like our teacher's all, I'm sorry guys, are you guys okay if we put on TV? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And we didn't know what was going on. And like, we were watching it through the TV and like, he shouldn't have put it on for us. You know what I mean? But he had it on there because we had to, like, he wanted to see.
It was part of history.
Yeah. And then he was, well, yeah, bad history, right? But he was like, I saw him and like everyone was crying, bro. Like,
it was
so sad. I was like, it was a trip, dude. I was like, this is crazy.
It is crazy.
But yeah, continue. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we'll never forget. So we cut to the parents getting help from the police. So the parents are kind of talking about it, and they kind of realize that they're bad parents after answering the questions, right? And then the police is like, has the boy ever been in a situation on his own, like this situation? They're like, again, like, bad parents in the officer's eyes because they're like, And then the dad tries to make a joke. He's like, funnily enough, like, we never lose our luggage. And the cop's just like, but they even knock on wood, like they're trying to make a little light of the situation, but obviously no.
I think in a sense, like when they're doing that, I feel like they trust Kevin a little bit just because of what he went through.
That's true, but now it's a totally different situation.
Yeah, he's not fucking home.
But anyway, so
he's lost in New York too. I mean, sorry,
he's lost. So we cut back to Kevin roaming the streets, and we are reintroduced to the Fish Bandits, aka the West Bandits, because they're in the little fish truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, like so convenient. They're all walking by each other. So we get Harry. He's like, "Here we are, Marv, New York City, the land of opportunities." Like, you smell that? You know what it is? He's like, fish.
Fish? Yeah.
Like, no, it's freedom. He's like, no, it's fish. Maybe he's looking for that silver tuna.
Oh, the silver tuna.
So I have a question. Do you think this movie would have worked without their return?
Hell no. No.
Right?
Of course not. I mean, even
and they play it more over the top.
They do. I think, I swear to God, and I was telling you this before.
Swear to me.
No, Home Alone 2 is one of my favorite of the Home Alones. Like,
oh, really?
I felt like I've always enjoyed this one a lot more than the first one because, like you said, they're more over the top. Like, I like where they're at, like, and the things that Macaulay Culkin's character Kevin gets into, it's a lot more funnier in this movie, and it's always been a staple in my house to watch, But it's just funny.
We'll get more into the opinion later,
definitely,
because I have some things to say too. So they're scheming to get some phony passports to some foreign country, and Marv's like, Arizona. And also, they're wearing the same clothes from the first movie, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So it's like, how did they get that when they escaped from jail? It's kind of,
I don't even know.
It's kind of weird.
They probably got
and it looks like Marv. Well, obviously
Harry
got a new cap because it's not on fire. And then they're walking, and then Marv steals some change from like a Santa Claus. He's like, "You bust out of jail to steal 14 cents from a Santa Claus?" He's like, "Every little bit helps." And then he reveals the new duo name. He's like, "We're the Sticky Bandits now." I'm like, "Oh, dude." And I got a funny little story about the Sticky Bandits. When we used to work together at a restaurant, there used to be a guy that came in. Ernie would always say the Sticky Bandit, and I didn't get it for a little bit. And then I was like, then you mentioned, I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like,
I showed him a picture of freaking Marv.
So when I was watching this shit, I started cracking up because I thought about it. It was hilarious. But
I was so glad. And then he sent me a little message of it too. He's like, "The Sticky Bandit is hilarious."
Yeah, if you guys know what we're talking about,
only certain few will. I think.
But if you do know what we're talking about, thank you very much. So we cut back to Kevin strolling the park where he sees the Plaza Hotel and the crazy pigeon lady, maybe old man Marley's wife. And then Kevin's like, sick. And he's like, is he saying it like,
no, well,
like it's sickening?
No, yeah, it's sick because like, you don't see because he has a gross face.
Yeah.
But like when you see, I don't know if you noticed, but she has bird shit on her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I think he says sick.
She's all disgusting.
She's a bum lady who has like bird shit all over her. I mean, sorry, that sounds mean, but you know what I mean. That's
bum
what
lady
it is.
has bird shit.
Yeah, because she doesn't live like find out where she lives eventually after this in a few. But the birds are shitting on him.
I know.
I'm shitting on them.
She's the bird lady. So we cut to Kevin and Marv and Harry crossing the same intersection where Harry and Kevin bump into each other. Harry gets a strange feeling when Marv. And it's while he's getting that feeling, Marv's banded hand lands on the lady's purse, and Marv's sweet French, and the lady looks at her. He's all, "Pardon-moi, ma chérie,"
my chérie, yeah.
And he gets slapped. And he's like, "I think she likes me." So
we're back. You deserve it. You deserve it.
So we're back to Kevin entering the Plaza Hotel where he bumps into Mr. Trump, our hero. Salute.
Our president, or not our ex-president now, but yeah, it's crazy, huh?
I know, what a trip. He's all, the finest directions anyone has ever given to somebody, I'm sure, because he does the best at it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he says.
Hell yeah.
He says, just right down there, something like that, right?
He's like, "You're fine."
He's like, "You're home alone. I'll give you $1 million. So Kevin pulls out his ding dang dong recorder to listen to the message about the hotel and how to make reservations. And which he does by making a phony call. He goes, "Howdy do. This is Peter McAllister, the father." I like how he says the father.
Why does he say like it's a stupid ass kid?
But he slows it down to make it sound, more adult. So that's when the woman answers. And that little thing's come in quite in handy so far. Have you done little mischief like that? Made reservations with yours?
No.
You're a howdy doody.
I did the, how good it sounds when he does the little voice? It sounded shitty.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It wasn't like that.
It does not sound that way. So he gets his reservation pretty easily, where he's looked at strange by a hotel concierge. But Kevin uses his wits to get into this room. So, "Ma'am, sometimes you get into mischief. We all do. He's like, my father wants to check me in early." But it's weird how the concierge, which is Tim Curry, who played It, he doesn't actually have a name. It's just it's kind of weird, but he's fucking sweet. We'll get more into him. So we cut back to the parents and the officer not being able to find Kevin until Peter realizes Kevin has his bag with all his cards and money. The officer suggests that they notify the credit card company so they can locate Kevin that way. And Kate's like, no, I don't think Kevin knows how to use a credit card. Oh, and the setup. Well, Kevin spikes because
while
he
he's
gets
using,
So he's seen being able to use the card and get into the room. So we got Rob Schneider's Cedric, and then again the concierge are hanging out. Well, not hanging out, but they're and then the concierge is like, he's all, Cedric, I want you to find out everything about this little boy. But why is he so suspicious? Like in the beginning, it's weird. Like it just gets like immediately he sees this kid, he's like, oh, no, kids don't come here. I don't know. It's weird. So Cedric takes Kevin to his room, and he's like, Herbert Hoover stayed on this floor. He's all, the vacuum guy?
The vacuum guy?
Like, no, the president. And he enters into one of the finest suites. Lucky boy. So that's when, Kevin's looking around, and Cedric starts to like rummage through his bag. Sketchy bag boys, dude. They just can't be trusted.
Yeah, I know. He's so sketchy.
But Kevin spots him, and he's like, hey. And he's like, oh. I think, what is he? He pulls something out. I forgot what he pulls out. But anyway, he's like,
what do you mean? Robert Schneider? He pulls out keys.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. No. He doesn't pull them out. He has them already, and he goes, "You want keys in the bag?"
Oh, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Slick, but Kevin's smarter. So Cedric leaves out his hand for a tip while Kevin just gives him some gum. He's all, "There's plenty more where that came from." Yeah. Serves Cedric right since he's being a little snoop. So we cut to Kevin going to the pool, all sweet. He's got these big ass chanclas and shit, and everyone again is looking at him so weird, like it's like they've never seen a kid before. Like I don't know, going into a pool, and it's like a trippy pool. It's all inside and fucking nice. Huh?
Yeah, it's like super nice, and that's when he asks the people, "I'm gonna do a cannonball or something.
Does anybody mind?" And the one guy's all, "Go ahead," or some shit. Yeah. And so he does that, and then we cut him back to his room watching Angels with Even Filthier Souls.
Oh yeah,
a sequel to the previous film. So, Johnny was that guy's name, right? The gunsman, crazy gun guy? No, that was the last guy.
That was the last guy, I think.
Okay,
the Snakes.
Oh, it might have been Snakes.
And this one, he's talking... Oh.
So this time he's talking about... he's talking to a lady.
Yeah.
So we can go a little bit into it, but we'll get more detailed later. But some of the shit he says, like...
Yeah. He's all... What does he say? He goes... He goes, he's all, and you was smooching with my brother.
Well, even Kevin, even before, he's like, no, she's not. She was smooching with your brother. And
that's right.
He's all, like, you've been smooching with everybody. Little Mo with the ebony leg.
No, he's all, what did he say, Cliff? Little Mo with the gimpy leg.
Oh, yeah,
and he's all, I can go on, baby.
I can go on, baby. And then,
Kevin,
no,
I didn't even like that.
And fucking Kevin has that, like that dude, like feeding him, like whatever, like he has the room service guy just there.
Yeah, he tells him, he goes, how many scoops would you like? He's all, 2. I'm not driving.
Oh, so stupid. And then that movie ends with Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and a Happy New Year.
He kills her, right? In that scene. And then what did he say? Now, what does he say? He goes,
we'll get back to it later.
It goes into, okay.
Yeah, I have it down.
Perfect, because I was
don't worry.
I thought at this moment it was when that happens, but
Calm down,
I forget.
No, I'm kidding. So we cut to the concierge, Tim Curry, walking around all sketch, trying to spy on Kevin. He's all, housekeeping, all sweet.
His big ass smile.
I know,
so
it's a crazy looking smile.
Yeah.
So Kevin hides by turning on the shower and bath, where he starts playing Uncle Frank's Sweet Song again. And it's weird how the concierge goes into the bathroom to look, right? Like it's a little strange. This is what happens at the fancy hotels. They pamper you real good. And where did Kevin get that fucking clown thing? Like, that big clown that's acting like he's dancing?
His aunt gave it to him. You don't remember? Because in the beginning of the movie, she tells him, he's like, did you see what your aunt got you? And then she goes, oh, let me guess, slippers?
Oh, that's
or duck
right.
slipper? And he goes, no. And then she shows him the thing.
Why would he have it in his backpack instead of his actual bag? It doesn't make sense.
Oh, I don't know, honestly. Yeah. It's just random, yeah.
So, you're always trying to, prove your point with these little movies. I'm kidding.
Nah,
so we cut to the McAllister.
let me tell you, I'm the analyzer of this.
The analyzer.
No.
So we cut to the McAllister fam in the pouring rain, pulling up to that shitty motel. And then Frank's like, did it look this bad at our honeymoon? I wonder who paid for his honeymoon. But obviously they're not having the best of time because it's just pouring in Florida. Should have went to New York. So we cut to Kevin in his room revealing he has a fam, in New York. Like was it his dad's brother? I think it was his dad's brother.
I think it's his dad's it's like the uncle or something. Yeah. So it is the brother, yeah.
And then we're seeing a picture of his family. And, he's missing them yet again. He looks out to the city and he says, good night, Mom. And it fades and shows Kate, good night, Kevin. So sweet and sad. She's super worried. So we cut to the morning, and Cedric is greeting Kevin. He's like, "Your drawers." He's like dry cleaning his fucking underwear. He's like, "Geez, don't be flashing those babies around. There's gonna be girls on this floor." Like, it's weird, you know. Did he mature that much? Now he likes the girls.
What is he, like 9 now? Right?
I think he said it was 10.
10? Oh, so 2 years had passed then, huh?
He's in the double digits. They say. And the double D's. No, I'm just kidding. So Kevin offers a tip, but Cedric tells him no since he still has a little tip left over and shows the gun. But he has a wad of cash. He's like, no tip, okay. And then Cedric's like, wait.
No. That's funny because fucking Cedric, Rob Schneider's character, dude.
This is the cleanest I've seen him.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's just
Rob
funny.
Schneider is Cedric. So we got Kevin going to the lobby where the concierge greets him with a limousine and a pizza, his nice little cheese pizza. And he's also kind of being like a little scared because like he knows he walked in. He's like, oh, I didn't mean to go into your room, And Kevin's like, he was pretty mad. He's like, he was. he said he didn't come all the way to New York to get his naked rear end spied on. And the concierge says, I would like to offer my personal apologies. Someone saw you in the shower. Would you ever want to see them again? I mean,
yeah,
it's true, right? A random stranger.
Dude, I'm surprised that fucker didn't go like, "Oh, this is all on me." Like, he could have got sued. You know what I mean?
Seriously, but I mean, fuck, I don't care. Trump works there. So then that worked in Kevin's favor now, didn't it? So the concierge still seems a little hesitant, though. He's kind of like, So Kevin's greeted outside by his limo and his cheese pizza. He loves that cheese pizza. Looks so good.
And then beginning to look a lot.
Has a soda in a champagne glass.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet life, dude. He's living.
Shit.
He calls the limo driver. He's right there. He's all, what's the best toy store around? Or,
that'll be freaking. I forgot the hell's called right now.
And I like how Kevin's watching the Grinch in there, and then the fucking Grinch,
the concierge,
smiles at the same time, has the same exact smile.
Yeah.
Because he finds out that the credit card is stolen. He goes back and also the way he looks at the records is crazy. It's like such a weird like way of looking at it.
Yeah. Can I tell you something? Random little fat fact.
Please.
When I
fat fact.
Fat fact.
Oh.
When I was a kid and I would watch this movie and I saw him get a Coca-Cola and the pizza, I would do the same thing. So on Christmas time when I would watch this movie, I would order a pizza and do that.
And put champagne?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do champagne. I didn't have the champagne.
Put in the champagne.
I just would
glass?
have the Coca-Cola and the freaking pizza.
That's funny.
Dude. I know.
Fat fact.
Chunks.
That's good. I like fat facts. So then we see Marv and Harry again at the ice rink, and then fucking Harry starts beating up those birds, right?
Yeah.
And then Marv is on the ice, all sweet and majestic, but then he eats shit. So they conduct a plan to rob a toy store called Duncan's. And, Harry's like, there's nobody dumb enough to knock off a toy store on Christmas Eve. And fucking Marv's like, oh, yes, there is, and points to them both. And, at least he knows they're dumb. Harry's still trying to like, no, we're not dumb.
I mean, they would have got away with it, honestly.
Oh, yeah, obviously. If it wasn't for your meddling kids.
Yeah.
So we cut to Kevin arriving at Duncan's. So how sweet were those toy stores, dude? And, like, it's crazy those toys back in the day, like,
Tinker Toys.
Yeah, so the Tinker Toys. I mean, if I was in there, dude, I would have bought myself a nice football and a fire truck.
Oh, look at him, dude. I thought he was going to say,
Well, what are you going to say?
I thought you were going to say a nice little police car.
A little police car.
Yeah, but no, I don't think I've ever been to a fucking toy store that looked that cool.
Oh,
dude.
No. Do you remember KB Toys?
Yeah, of course, dude.
KB
Toys is cool.
That was a trippy little place.
You know what
I think there's a place in like Whittier where you can get little Tinker Toys, like a little area. They're cool to go into, but I probably wouldn't buy something.
No, they're expensive, dude. They're
expensive, and like, what the hell am I going to do with them?
What about the that would for me was like Toys R Us. Like that was a treat to go out of our way to go to Toys R Us and go look at the toys because like they had a ton of toys that not other places had because they had like little contracts with other places.
That's true, yeah.
And,
you know it's funny. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, continue.
When I was younger, after school, like a couple friends and I will go to Toys R Us. And it's not like we were causing a ruckus, but there was this one guy who was always just like did not want us in there. We'd always get kicked out because
my God.
they just hated us in there. Like they're like fucking little kids.
God damn.
But now you're closed, aren't you, sucker? No,
you're like Kevin, dude. And
I know.
He's like, do you want us to? He's like, do you want me to cause trouble or mischief? There you go.
I put all the toy cars on the floor so he was chasing me. He's like,
dang.
No, I'm kidding. I didn't do that. Burned his head too. So we cut to Kevin arriving at. I already said that. He's all, this is the greatest accident of my life. And, and it's just a cool spot. And I think it's a real spot, right? I'm pretty sure.
I think so. It looks like it's a real spot. I've never looked into it, but I assume so. Because it looks like a place in the movie.
Yeah. So we got Marv and Harry appearing in the dollhouses. And he's like, hey, nice house, but there's no bathroom in it. So, like I said earlier, they're for sure playing it more over the top, right? They're just, especially Marv. Like the Daniel Stern as Marv is just super like over the top.
Mm-hmm.
But does no one see them? And like, because all these people passing by, but every time someone passes, like freeze. You notice that? Like that, like someone will walk by and they kind of just go like they'll smile and stop.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? It's like, no one. That's an ugly ass toy.
That's right.
So we got Kevin checking out, and that one toy cost $23.75. What the hell was that thing? It was like a fucking weird toy, right?
Yeah,
it was expensive. I was like, damn.
I think maybe because it's handmade or some bullshit. Probably. Maybe that's why it's expensive, or either that, or they're trying to add more money to give to the kids. Because remember, at the end,
maybe
all the money goes to the kids or whatever.
Yeah, and then similar to the first movie, the clerk starts questioning Kevin. He's like, "Where'd you get all that money?" He's like, "I have a lot of grandmothers. That'll make sense." And the cashier starts talking about how Mr. Duncan donates all the money to buy these special days, Christmas Eve, and he sends them to the children's hospitals and orphanages. If only all stores were that way, So Kevin donates some little extra money. So he thought it was so sweet they lets him take the ornament for free. And he gives him the 2 turtle doves. He picks the 2 turtle doves. Oh, no. He suggests the 2 turtle doves.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what he says about it. Like, the way he delivers it, too, is just so sweet. He's just
old man, dude.
He's like, you keep one and you give the other one to a very special person. And, it's about friendship. And I didn't know the meaning. I didn't know the meaning behind that, that's why Harry and, Marv have one now. They never leave his side. But it's so cute. Like, it's about their friendship.
Cute. I like that, yeah.
So, of course, that man was Mr. Duncan himself because he looks at the portrait and it's just him. And you got to have a kind of special you got to have a special attitude to run a toy store, I think.
Definitely. You have to be joyful. You
got to be joyful because he's like, I love the kids. I love them, fucking creepy.
A little too much.
A little too much.
He's on the mind of a boy.
He's like, your portrait up there has a little hole in the socket. He's all,
the eyes.
That's why he disappears when he turns around. He's like, oh, shit. Oh, you're fucking funny. All right. So we cut to Kevin walking out and he stops to look at his map, followed by Marv and Harry, where Harry grows suspicious of Kevin's figure, and then he sees his name on the backpack. So they creep up on him, or Kevin turns dramatically and screams and runs. But, like, what was Harry and Marv's plan at that point? Like, they were just going to snatch him right there because that's their plan. Like, let's just grab him. Like, it's broad daylight in front of a Toy Story during the holidays. Like, that makes no sense. Obviously, he's going to scream. Like, it looks weird. So during that chase, Kevin purchases beads on his way so he can trip his pursuers, a familiar tactic, and it works yet again. It's funny how he has time to do that, though. Right?
Yeah, it's like so suddenly.
Real quick. He's like, can I just buy? He's like, yeah, man. So Kevin arrives back to the hotel to be met by the concierge who accuses him of a stolen credit card. So that's when he starts getting chased by him, too. So Kevin slides in all sweet, under all the hotel staff legs, and they all trip, and I love Cedric on the floor because he looks like he's fucking passed down. He's like, come on, come on, Cedric.
He's like,
damn, he really took a spill. But did Marv and Harry didn't enter at that point, huh? I think they stopped.
No, I don't think they got into
him.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't see him going there. I don't know. But they stopped, and I think Marv sees the concierge chasing him too.
Yeah,
I think it's a little weird.
I don't know. I think they stop, and obviously they go to the back of the building because they think he's going to come out.
Yes, that's right.
So I think they stop, and they're like, they probably like, oh, let's cut him off.
That's true.
I think they follow the same steps that they do in the other movie. Remember?
That's true. So Kevin enters his room. He's like, it's time to leave, and then he decides, takes a couple cookies for the road.
Dude, those cookies look bomb, huh?
I know. The staff along with the cop arrives, but Kevin turns on the movie. He's like, oh, they're right there. He's like, this is the concierge, sir. He's like, I knew it was you. I could smell you getting off the elevator.
He freaking whips himself. Yeah.
He's like, you were here last night too, wasn't you? He's like, yes, sir, I was. He's like, you was here and you was smooching with my brother. And he's all looking all like weird. And he's like, what the fuck? And everyone's looking at him like, what the fuck? He's like, no, I'm afraid you're mistaken, sir. He's like, don't give me that. You've been smooching with everybody. Snuffy, Al, Leo, little Mo with the gimpy leg, Cheeks, Boney Bob, Cliff, and the fucking cop's name is Cliff. They look at him,
guard.
He gets all like,
he's like, it's not true.
He's like, it's not true. He's like, all right, I believe you. But my Tommy gun don't. He's like, get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
One of them, the concierge says it first. He goes, I love you.
I love you. And he's like, you got to do better than that. And they all get on there. I love you. He's like, I'm going to give you the count of 3 to get your lousy, lying, low down, floor flushing carcass out of my door. Again, fucking sweet. Just perfect timing and everything works out. And then, he shoots up the place. And that TV's a super loud TV because you can hear from outside. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year. And before he goes, filthy animal, he goes, ta-ta-ta-ta. And a Happy New Year.
and they're all crawling away, and he's all, "There's a madman with a gun." He's like,
but everyone just goes back in their hotel, they didn't really think about it. So Kevin gets out through the back, and like you said, he runs into the clutches of Marv and Harry. Harry hands still burnt to shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking Marv, they're all, "Oh, you're going to Florida?" And then fucking Marv's like, "American don't fly to the promised land, little buddy." Mm. I don't know what the fuck that means. And I like how Marv is telling him his whole plan. He's, "Oh, we're gonna rob a Christmas store, and then we're gonna get phony passports." And then when he's like, Harry's like, "Guy, shut up, don't shut up." He's not gonna talk to anybody except maybe a fish or the Undertaker. What does that mean? Is he talking about the wrestler?
No, I think he's gonna kill him.
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker is the people that bury.
Oh,
I thought you were fucking around. I thought you were really.
No, dude, I really didn't know.
The Undertaker. This motherfucker. No, he's talking about the Undertaker, like the people working on funerals. God damn. Shit. Hold on, I want to. God damn, that threw me off. No, I wanted to say Americans don't fly to the promised land. I think isn't that where Elvis is? That's why it's called the promised land or whatever. Am I wrong?
Florida?
Isn't that where
like Nashville? I don't know.
I don't know. That's why I always thought, but that was in my head. I might be wrong, but continue. Sorry, fucking guy Undertaker.
The Undertaker. Fucking bonesaw. So,
damn.
Kevin has a sweet plan while they're holding him and touches the lady's butt in front of him. And Marv smiles again. It's the same lady.
And
she slaps
sweet
him.
Ass smile.
And he's like, "It was him." And he hits both of the,
he's
both
me
the guys.
What?
So he goes into the park, and good thing there's a big group of kids walking around, so Kevin's able to get away. And then fucking Marv's like, "Kids are helpless," sticky bandages don't learn. And the kids are all scared of the park, like before he said, "Kids are scared of the dark."
And then steals that kid's freaking like.
He takes the beanie or something.
He takes the beanie and the freaking scarf.
And some guy's hat too.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then even Harry's like, "Yeah, grown men go to the park and don't leave a man alive and don't leave alive." And Marv, again steals that sweet hat. So we cut back to the fam all stuck in one room in the hotel, such a nice vacay. Maybe they're all just together hanging out because they're all scared. So the phone rings, letting Kate know that they found Kevin in New York. So the family's stoked to get to go to New York. So then we are then told that, Peter's brother's house is being renovated. Because, Peter's like, "You think he's smart enough to go to my brother's house?" So we cut back to Kevin arriving to that house. Perfect timing. Looks abandoned as shit, right?
Oh, it's getting fixed.
Because it's getting renovated, like you said. But it's a new house to play tricks on the sticky bandits. So Kevin leaves, and he's walking through New York at night, and all the crazies are out to play. You got those fucking hookers. "Oh, you want someone to read you a bedtime story?"
That's so weird.
He's got the money. And I love that sweet bum. He walks and he goes, "Watch it, kid." Dude, the way they zoom into him is so sweet.
And then the freaking taxi driver.
Oh, dude, he's creepy.
He's creepy as fuck.
He's all, "It's scary out there." He's all, "Ain't much safer in here, kid." It kind of reminded me of like Men in Black. His face, like it was just like all messed up. So Kevin leaves. So Kevin, runs back into the park, and he starts feeding the pigeons out of his hand, which I'd be kind of grossed out by. I wouldn't do that with pigeons, because they're like riddled with disease, right?
Yeah, they are. They're like fucking flying rats.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I read one of your little notes. You said he should have bought the hookers.
I read it off the page, ladies and gentlemen.
I know that shit was great, dude. I just had to freaking.
Yeah, you should have.
Go back to it. Thank you.
I'll read you a bedtime story.
Fucking weird. Like the Grand Theft Auto hookers.
Oh. Grand Theft Auto hookers. So the creepy pigeon lady appears behind the rock, but Kevin is stuck, and she looks like she's gonna go, towards him.
His ass.
But she just frees his leg.
She's all nice. Shit on him.
And he stops running to apologize. She's like, she's a nice pigeon lady, right? She's got a little shit on her, but it's okay. She can get her shit together. So he invites her to get some cocoa, but they end up at a symphony, watching from above, and I guess in her lair. I don't know. That's what it is. It's kind of a little creepy in there.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
So another heart to heart.
It's like an addict.
Yeah, a little strange. So another heart to heart with some crazy person, And then, they're kind of talking. The lady has a sad story. Like, she's like, "I had the love of my life. I lost him, and I can never trust again." And, the pigeons don't get judged. Everyone just walks past the pigeons. They don't like how me. Then Kevin's like, I guess I'm the pigeon of my family. So, she's telling her story, some high school shit about her heart broken, right? No, I'm kidding. So then Kevin talks about a little roller skate analogy. He's like, I never wore them, I by the time I wanted to use them, I didn't fit. And she's like, what does that have to do with it? He's like, if you aren't going to use your heart, your heart doesn't have the chance to get broken. Wise words from Kevin, dude. He's a smart little shit.
Some shit.
He's got some shit, dude. He's like, she's like, and then the lady's like, your heart is still there. He said it to the ladies. He's like, your heart is still there. If it was gone, you wouldn't be so nice. No, I'm sorry. I think she says that to Kevin. I might have got mixed up. Anyway, one of them says that. So they have a nice goodbye and they part the ways. And then Kevin's like, I won't forget to remember you. And she's like, don't keep a promise you don't keep. Well, I kind of
right. I was like, I looked at you. I was like, I don't think she says
Undertaker.
I don't like.
So Kevin walks by an orphanage, or a hospital. I don't know. I think it was an orphanage. I'm pretty sure it was the orphanage.
Yeah, it's an orphanage.
Yeah, and then he sees that
where
kid.
Duncan,
it's all sad.
Yeah,
right?
where they're gonna give the toys.
And then he remembers that Marv and Harry are going to steal from Duncan's. He doesn't want that to happen because, he feels bad for those kids. So he goes into Kevin mode. Complete with another Kevin map. He's setting up that house. So he's in his fam's house now, setting up for this bang.
Mm-hmm. He has more things to like. Mm-hmm. He has so much more crap to work with there. Oh, exactly. It's crazy.
But like the shit he comes up with, man. Yeah, I would never have came up with that stuff.
It's because he's watching Angels with Filthy Ass Souls.
Oh yeah, he watches some filthy ass movies. Mind of a boy.
Mind of a boy.
You cut to the family at the hotel. They're in New York now.
Mm-hmm.
They're at the plaza, and you can tell the staff is all scared, right? Because they know they fucked up, and like they're just like they're trying to hook him up, but Kate's not having it. He's like, she's like, what kind of hotel allows a child to check in? And the lady's like, he had a very convincing story. So what kind of idiots do you have working here? He's like, the finest in New York. And then fucking the concierge is like, with all due respect, madam, your son is lost in one of the biggest cities in the world. And like, and she fucking slaps him all sweet.
Yeah.
He's like, push really quick. He's all with his fucking teeth. But he's probably been slapped before because he's been smooching all over the place. So obviously they don't get anywhere with them, but they're all kind of like scared. They're like, I think that's the last time you might see them.
For a bit, yeah.
Oh, maybe for a bit.
Yeah. And then it cuts to them at the Duncan store, right in the little
house. Toy store.
They're
Marv and Harry are back in their houses. Their doll houses.
They're in like a dollhouse in Duncan.
And they go back, all crowbars up. And then for some reason, I thought they were gonna be empty, like the cash registers at first, because like I thought they took them all out already so they can donate. And loads of cash is found, and then even Marv is like, "This is more money than I can count." I believe it. They're pretty dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin takes a pic of them.
Wait, were they in that freaking dollhouse?
They're staking
until
out.
they closed.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're staking out.
Such a stupid thing.
I know.
How
right?
the hell did people not see him?
Exactly. That's
my god, that's ridiculous.
Maybe it was maybe Cliff was too busy. With the.
And why do they always have a fucking crowbar? They literally are like old school crooks. Yeah, they're like old school crooks.
Because then he ends up having a gun anyway, too, right?
At the end, yeah, like later on, which is like.
So Kevin takes a picture of them, and then no one. Yeah. Okay. Well, while they're talking, they're like, "Oh, no one here knows about it." It's the best part. But that's when he takes the picture. And then stupid Marv's like, "How did my hair look?" And then Kevin goes to throw that rock, and Harry's like, "No!" Throws it, and the alarms go off. They're like, "We're gonna kill that kid." So he sets up that sweet little seesaw prank. And that was pretty sweet because Harry lands on it, he looks down, and fucking Marv comes out. I'm coming, like he comes like a dog, like a crazy dog, and then fucking launches fucking Harry lands on the car and he goes, "Harry, that was incredible." He's like, "I sprained my ankle on the board there." Fucking guy, dude. And then another pic taken, but Marv smiles. He's again, dude. He's definitely just more over the top, and they got a lot more to work with. I feel like.
I'm sorry, right now I just got lost, dude. I always tell you that when you're telling the story, sometimes I don't even talk. I just stare at you because I'm like,
I'm gonna start reading you bedtime stories.
I know, dude. Honestly, because I'm all smiling. You guys can't see, I'm smiling and I'm just staring at them because this is my favorite part. This hilarious. Is why I like this movie so much because they get hurt so much more funnier.
Worse.
Yeah, and it's so fucking funny.
I know, it's great.
There's a sweet ass scene later on.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. But oh my god, it's hilarious.
So Kevin runs to the family home, but not before he misses out on seeing his mom. She happens to be right there. Good thing she didn't walk in. She would have fell into a bunch of traps. But she takes off in a taxi. So she just misses him. So Marv and Harry are about to go after Kevin, but Harry ain't so dumb. Marv is certain that he doesn't have a plan since it's not his house, while Kevin is on the roof smiling on him. And Marv is like picking his teeth, right? Well, it's all weird. And Harry starts to make a deal with the devil. He's like, hey, give us those pictures. We'll leave you alone. He's like, you cross your heart and you hope to die? He's all, I cross my heart and hope to die. Poor choice of words.
Isn't he like crossing?
Very poor choice of words, huh?
He has his fingers crossed now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the way Joe Pesci sells it's sweet. Kevin throws the brick, hitting Marv. He's like, 8. He says because he's telling him, he's like, how many fingers are holding up? He's like, 8. Harry taunts Kevin to throw another one, but they're all still just fucking hitting Marv, dude. And I think that dude should be dead.
And it hits him like 3 times.
like perfectly on his head. And he's like,
and then he's on the
like the shit he's saying.
He's on the floor, and then one more hits him, and he goes, and he's like, oh,
dude, he's just done. Like, I don't know how the fuck. So for the next segment of this, I'm gonna put all the traps into one. Like so with Marv, I'm gonna start with Marv talking about all the stuff he runs into. Otherwise, I'm gonna be like, cut to Marv, cut to Harry, cut to Marv.
Of course.
So that's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna start with Marv. So Marv walks into a very painful staple gun trap with the door. It's just like his nut, or no, he turns and hits his ass, right? Why would he even try to pull it? Like, does he not? Like, I guess maybe he's dazed from the bricks. I don't know.
I don't even know.
He's shot in the nads and the ass and then the face. Not so lucky. So then he finally enters, but then he falls into this hole. This guy should be dead by this time, right?
And that's when he goes, wow, what a hole.
What a hole. It's fucking super cheesy. Marv walks onto some slippery glue. It slips into this fucking rack of paint cans, all knocks down, and you guess it, falls down on him. So, hopefully, or luckily, there's a thing that he can wash his hand, to help, right? Mm-hmm. But as he's doing that, Kevin's right there and shocks the shit out of him. This scene's pretty sweet. This scene is great, dude. Dude,
and he turns into a skeleton.
Dude, classic scene. It's just like that. I don't know. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I wonder if kids back in this time got ideas like, oh, I'm gonna pull these pranks to fucking kill people. I should have been a disclaimer.
Yeah.
So then Marv tests out climbing a rope. He's like pulling on it, but it's just like it's good. But there's actually a cement, I think it's cement, sack, not going. But you can feel it tugging. But anyway.
Yeah. Because it does feel like it has some sort of resistance. Yeah.
So he continues to climb. Of course, falls. Boom.
He's like, Harry, I'm going up.
I'm going up. So that's that with him. So now
hold on.
Go ahead.
Because he pulls that thing and it has a bag of freaking cement, right? And it hits him in the face, right? All that stuff. Then that's one of my favorite part. He later he tries to find Harry and he goes, Harry. He's all
oh yeah.
But go continue going to Harry's.
So let's go to Harry. So Harry, is going through the back and tries to do some parkour. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Like this guy's not in the best shape. He fails obviously.
Goddamn Joe.
But then he finds another door where he's met by tools landing on his head. Like, oh fuck, dude. That shit. Like you said, the pranks are just way more more painful.
Yeah.
That shit sounds like it hurted, bro. So Harry avoids a hole and possible exploding light bulbs. He's getting around. He's like, ooh, he's all sweet.
Yeah.
But then finally he's like, what? We're good. So the final light bulb does a familiar trick, burns his head, and then he has to dive into the toilet. Dives into the toilet, but then the fucking toilet explodes.
Has gasoline in it.
Pow! Like, god damn.
He's like, and his face is all black.
So that's when Harry, finally gets, or Marv finally gets to the hole, and then that's when he calls Marv that he sees Kevin.
Yeah.
So Harry tries to climb up, but he gets busted, of course.
Yeah.
So they're about to go up the stairs, but Harry remembers the paint can's going up the stairs. So they put on a little show. So
they start stomping.
Yeah, they start stomping. He goes, he got me, Mom! His voice. And then fucking Marv's like, don't worry, Harry. I'll get him. And they start laughing. He goes, ow, right in the schnoz. That's so stupid. So they think they got through, and so they start to go up together, and then that's when fucking this big ass pipe comes. Like, Kevin's smart, dude. He's crazy.
He's fucking smart.
And he releases that fucking pipe, and then they look at it. No, it's so sad. But the way you oh no, I'm sorry, it hits him, and then they land, and then that's when he releases the pipe again. And that's when Harry's like, no. But the way he delivers that line, you kind of feel sorry for them at that point. It's like, dude, If I was them, I would not be continuing doing this shit. Like I'd be
But
like,
they're
at that
like-
point, like go home, dude.
Yeah,
like
they're
you're
like
done.
really want to kill this kid.
Exactly. So then, Kevin, he's like, do you guys give up or have you had enough pain? And I love Marv. He goes, never. He does that he does that stance, right? So stupid. And he's I hope your parents got you a tombstone for Christmas, And then, they move it. So they move closer to this stair set and they hear something coming down. Like, why are these guys not learning? Like they go listen. Like, what is that? Like stupid.
They're stupid crooks, right? Yeah.
Exactly. But I mean, I guess they're so banged up, and who knows? Their heads all scrambled. So Kevin then starts to climb down the ladder. Oh no, the rope. I'm sorry.
The rope. Yeah.
Kid's got some balls, dude. I was that's scary. And then as they're walking up to follow him, Marv is like, or Harry's like, I don't care if they give me the chair for killing that kid. And again, they start to climb after Kevin. Like again,
on the rope.
Why are they doing this? And then they smell the kerosene. And then Marv's like, now why would anyone soak a rope in kerosene? That's when Kevin fucking lights them up.
Yeah.
They fall. But and like again, I mentioned, like, why would they have done that? Like, but it's the pride, right? They got some kind of pride and they owe themselves getting Kevin. So Kevin finally calls the police. He's all, look for fireworks. Hurry. They got a gun. But he says it all like nonchalant.
Yeah.
So, but then Kevin's plan is foiled when he slips on ice and is caught. Could this be the end of poor Kev? Or what is part of his plan? We'll see. We'll see. To be continued. Thank you for coming. No, I'm kidding. So he goes to the darkest and deepest part of the park. They're all, this will look good for in the photo album. So Harry then pulls out his gun. And what's taking him so long to shoot, right? Like again, like usually like in these movies, like the villains have to have like a speech to say like before they kill somebody. It's a little weird. And Harry goes, I never made it to 6th grade, kid. It doesn't look like you're going to either. But then they're interrupted by the pigeon lady, where they get bird seed thrown on them, and luckily it sticks. So they have all that shit on them. And the birds attack. Marv scream, and I love Marv scream when they're eating. Like it looks like they're eating his insides. He's like, oh! But it's so dramatic, but it's so classic. Like I think they kind of make it seem like it's like a dramatic like movie like scene, but it's hilarious. So Kevin then lights the fireworks, and good thing he bought them. So the cops appear and they're finally caught by the police. And then the cop's like, you should have started earlier. Prisoners already exchanged gifts. And Marv's like, we missed the presents? But then he starts spilling the beans on everything. He's like, we were going to do this and we're going to do that. And then fucking, Harry's all mad. And,
shut up.
And then Marv's like, he's a little cranky. We broke out of prison a few days ago. Like, it's definitely all like the concussion like that he has probably. It's making him loopy. He's like, remember, we're the sticky bandits. Again, dude, the stickies, dude. So we cut back to Duncan's, where a note is found from Kevin. Mr. Duncan is very pleased, sick bastard. He's like, oh, for the children. The children.
But the children.
Turtle doves. So he got.
We just made that much worse.
I'm sorry. So
poor Duncan's sick old man.
And a partridge in a pear tree. So we cut to Kate.
You like
I'm coming down the chimney, little boy. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. We just ruined this movie.
That is it.
We're done. Thanks for tuning in. We cut to Kate running around the city, and he confronts the cops. She confronts the cops and makes them feel bad, about looking for her son. He's like, if your son was stuck on, lost on Christmas, he's like, I'd be looking all night.
Yeah.
He's also, Kevin is much stronger than I am, he's such a sweet little moment from Kate worried about his son. But then she has a revelation about a Christmas tree because she remembers what he said earlier in the movie about the Christmas trees. So this next scene really warms my heart. When they finally reunite, it's like it was a lot sweeter than the first one, I think.
Definitely, yeah, I agree.
And then, they both say sorry, because Kevin's talking to the tree. He's like, please, if I don't see anyone, let me just see my mom, even if it's just for a second. And she sees him. She's like, Kevin, he's like, it worked. They both say sorry to each other. Maybe they'll reconsider taking a Christmas trip now, dude. Just stay home.
Stay home, dude.
So we cut to the family all asleep, including Kevin. Fuller gets the bed to himself, of course. But you notice he has a pea spot on him, right? Do you notice that?
No, I didn't even notice. That's awesome.
So he's like, holy smokes, it's morning. It's Christmas morning, man. The family wakes up and they see all these gifts, all nice. And then fucking Kate and Peter come out of that sweet ass room, dude. All like,
oh, that's right.
They definitely made some.
They have like freaking they have like a robe, like not robe. They have like a sleepwear basically. It's all silky. It looks all nice.
And like they're all, and then fucking none of those gifts were addressed to them, but you got Frank. He's like, "Don't open any of mine. I mean it." Like,
I know,
because what's his name? Duncan donated all those toys. So Buzz stops everything, but he says something nice about Kevin. Finally, he finally grew up. He's like, if we hadn't been in this situation, we wouldn't be in this like spot right now. And they both apologize to each other. And then you see, and then everyone starts opening their gifts, and then Frank's in the back grabbing all these presents, all random and shit. Kevin sneaks out. Does this kid just not learn? Goes to meet the pigeon lady. He gives her the turtle dove ornament. Oh, another sweet moment. And that's what it's about, man. Just, I love you.
I love you too,
but yeah, she's like, thank you, Kevin. It's just so heartwarming.
What was it? The turtle dove, I never noticed that he grabbed 2 turtle doves until you mentioned that he grabbed the 2 turtle
really?
doves. Yeah, I always forget that. And I'm like, where the hell did he get the second turtle dove? I just wanted to tell you that.
It was from Mr. Duncan. It's not going in here to present.
He's all, Kevin, I have he's all,
why does it smell like chloroform?
He's all, follow me behind my painting.
To the dollhouse. So we cut to Cedric delivering the bill. And Buzz gives him a chewed piece of gum as a tip. But, Buzz looks at it. He's all,
yeah, he's going to like it.
And then Kevin, he's out there with the pigeon lady. All you hear is his dad go, Kevin, you spent $967 on room service. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Bin. Dun, 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 dun. No, I don't think he does that song. But Home Alone 2, that was it. That was a cute little movie. Definitely a lot more violent with what was going on with those guys. And like I said, dragged on a little longer, but it was still good.
I want to ask you.
Yes.
Because we're coming to the end, and usually now you've talked, and I want to give you a little break for the.
Thank you. Let me wet my whistle.
Wet your whistle with a little vocals here. So, I was telling you this before with this movie. One of my favorite Home Alone movies. I've only watched 1 and 2. I know there's 3 and 4 maybe.
You never seen the third one?
No, it looks fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
Kind of dumb. I've seen it.
Thank you. I know he gets like a stupid ass like toy car with something in it.
Yeah.
I saw it like randomly, but I'm not gonna watch that bullshit. But yeah, dude, one of my favorite Home Alone movies is just so much more fun than the first one. I feel like
bigger budget. It seems like.
Yeah, right. And then like Joe Pesci and what's his?
Daniel Stern.
Daniel, thank you, Daniel Stern, dude. More over the top than they were in the first one, and they just make this movie so much more fun, dude. It's hilarious, bro. What did you think about this? I want to know. Did you really like this movie? Loved it? Rewind it.
So, it was originally gonna love it, but I think I'm getting close to the rewind it because, like I said, It's been a while since I've seen it. I've always just watched the first one every time, but the second one now I'm starting to think maybe it could become in the regular rotation because I did actually really like it. It was a lot more fun, a lot more heartwarming. I feel. More over the top, of course. It was good, and like just the addition of the New York backdrop and like there's more characters to play, like the hotel staff. You got them. The family's a little more at play here. Everyone. It was definitely a lot. Yeah, definitely better. So I would think I'd go to that rewind it category because I'm starting it.
Nice, dude. I like that.
And every time I watch it, I want you to have a turtle dove, and I'll take one too.
Yeah. You know what? Next year, I think we're gonna get 2 turtle doves now.
We'll go to New York and we'll go to Mr. Duncan.
You think Duncan? He's gonna be like,
he's the mind of a child.
We're gonna see. That's where Macaulay Culkin's been with Mr. Duncan. That's why he hasn't made movies.
Fuck. You're a sick fucker. But yeah, dude, I really it was a good movie. Recommend, and that closes out our.
You didn't even ask me, dude. What is it? My rewind?
Oh, I already know. You gave a whole sweet little spiel on it.
I did.
This movie is the christening of Christmas.
Wait, Chris.
I don't know why I sound like Trump again.
I know what.
It's a rewind for you.
Fuck yeah, dude. I have to say something, dude. I need my fans need to know, dude.
They need to know. You're right.
Thank you.
Well, we're gonna make some shirts because they like it, love it, rewind with a little Cold Stone scoop. No, I'm kidding. But yes, that closes out the #5 Quotables of Christmas series.
That's crazy. We got it done.
Again, Happy New Year to everyone because by the next time we meet, it'll be the New Year.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for what the New Year comes on board. Hopefully we get a little more, we get, past this wild year for everyone. Hopefully things shape up a little bit. We'll see. But yes, we will definitely still be around. Quotables boys aren't going. Thank you again for the support with everyone, from everyone. It's been good. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback, and I really enjoy these times, talking, watching movies, spanking.
Did you say spanking?
That's why I stopped. I looked at you.
looked
Also,
at Mr. Duncan over here.
Yeah, that sweet smile. Stop with that fucker, dude. We're gonna get sued. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, he's probably dead now, but yeah, you're probably right. Poor guy.
Thanks again. Next time, tune in. We don't know what we're doing quite yet, but we plan to have something special, I hope.
Definitely, yeah.
Do you have any other closing arguments, Ernie?
I do not, man. Thank you again for joining us, and I do appreciate you guys listening in, just like you said. And we love the positive feedback and everything.
We love you guys. Thank you. We rewind you guys.
I want to. I want to see because obviously we're gonna still do a lot of movies. Obviously, there's gonna be more stuff, but
yeah,
I'm excited for the new year. Hopefully, we get a even cooler setup. We're gonna buy a studio. I'm just kidding.
We'll discuss later. Yeah. Okay. Thanks again, guys. Happy New Year. Be safe.
Definitely.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.